Hi guys, my name is Henrique, and today I'm gonna show you guys my final project for Tableau. So let's get into it. All right. So first things first, that's the first sheet that I've created. And as you can see here, that's pretty much just a map that feature the highlighting the profitability of its zip code across different states. And its purpose is to identify the business keys areas of the operation, especially pinpointed the non-profitable regions. And this analysis was instrumental in helping me to understand the data by revealing the primary markets and enabling me to analyze their strategies. And as you can see here, that's that's pretty much that based on the first map. I always wonder where the areas that the company had not profited were located. With that in mind, I created this map that only considered the areas that reached the break-even point or went below. This really got my interest because, for instance, Pennsylvania, as you can see here, was one of the states with almost 600 sales, and they had one of the lowest deficits in the state across the states, pardon me. And I don't, and that's why I built this other sheet, because I was wondering, like, where if this state they're not making any money and there's like some other states that are making money, so that isn't my related to the segment that they are following or to the original manager. So that's why I created this. And I chose to take a closer look at the business segments the company was operating in, with a particular focus on the top performing regional managers. And I observed that the consumer segment was the primary driver of success. The segment consistently outperformed the others, with regional managers achieving the highest profits and sales in this category, especially for Sasha Ellington, because she had the most profit for the company and also the most quantity of sales. With that in mind, I decided to figure out how each subcategory on each segment was performing in relation to sales and profit. Specifically, one subcategory got my attention: the table. On every segment, the table subcategory has been not profitable at all, as you can see here. Indeed, it has been the subcategory that caused the most financial losses. And as you can see here, we're losing here for the consumers, we're losing here for the corporate, and we're losing here for the home office. And it's present on every segment. And that's why I created this other sheet. As you can see here, I questioned whether the deficit in the table subcategory was a long-standing issue or if it had been a profitable area for the company in past years. And analysis revealed that since 2021, table subcategory has consistently been unprofitable, with sales failing below average compared to the other subcategories. Furthermore, this trend was consistent across all segments, as you can see here. On every segment, over the same and over the same period, and over the same period. And this analysis led me to question whether the table subcategory was unprofitable across all the states and zip codes. To gain a clear understanding, I created a visualization to identify the states with profitable and unprofitable outcomes in the subcategory. From this, I discovered that Washington state stood out as the most profitable in this region. on this subcategories tables. And one of the things that really got my attention out here is that the quantity of sales, because Washington had the most profitable, on the other hand, uh, a state like New York are here, they have even more sales than Washington, but they didn't make any money. Matter of fact, they lose money per item, as you can see here. Based on the last map, I created this chart and I noticed that few states and zip codes were profitable, but especially Seattle, as you can see here, with the most profitable and with the most sales, with these three zip codes achieving the highest profits and the sales in this field. And that's another representation, but I did that box plot here, and you see the Seattle really stand out here. These three zip codes of Seattle, as you can see here. And each one is in one segment: consumer, corporate, and home office. Home office, corporate, consumer. And it's the same, you know. So Seattle really knows how to work in this subcategory because they're selling on each segment: home office, corporate, and consumer. And I began to question why Seattle had the highest profits and sales. So I explored the relationship between profit, quantity sold, and sales price. However, I quickly realized that these three factors were not directly correlated and appeared to be independent of one another. This prompted me to delve deeper into understanding why Seattle and Washington outperforming other cities and states so significantly, as you can see here. This observation led me to investigate what specific products were driving the success of these states and cities. I discovered that they were selling less than a third, and pretty much that's pretty much all the products that they're selling in the subcategory of tables. And as you can see here, only a few products here they are profitable. And just matter of fact, that's the chart that I created for product in Washington. And you see that every product that they're selling, they are profitable. Even if just a little bit, but they're still getting money. It's still profitable, all of this. And so they're selling less than a third of the products that the company can offer to everybody. And focus exclusive and their focus exclusively on the items that they were generating profit, as indicated by the data, as you can see here. They're selling only the products that they are making money. So one of so that's actually one of the first dashboard that I created. And as you can see here, it's just an overview of the entire company. So if you click here, table, gonna show pretty much people that are losing money out here, and especially all the managers that they are trying to sell. And as you can see, only Sasha is making. It's not even Sasha is making money from here. She just got a really great quantity of sales. But if you change it to phones, you're gonna see that everybody's making money here. And if you change here to the state, I want to see California. Let's see how how is performing California. What are like the big subcategories here on its segment, and who is doing well out here? So that's just pretty much just an overview of the entire company. And the other one is just an overview of the sub-segment tables. I want to click here, Washington. You're gonna see all the products that they're selling. They're pretty much profitable on everything. And if I want to see here in New York, the state that has the biggest loss out here, you see that they're not making any money. everything below the break even. And even here, the two zip codes that they have, not making any money. And that really drive me to the conclusion of uh, I think that all these other states they need to sell even like less products and just focus on the products that they are make that they're profitable products. And that's pretty much what Washington, California they are doing. So I would say that it's offering less products and just focus on the profitable products, and especially don't try to push these non-profitable products to your audience because it's only gonna make you to lose money in the long run. And gonna happen the same thing that happened with New York. You have a great amount of quantity sales compared to the rest of the states, but you're not making any money because you might be spending too much money to get this sale. You know what I mean? So don't push the other products, only focus on this few products and be a master of these few products. And it seems what Washington are doing, California was doing. And when it comes to the end of the semester, of course, oh, here's the story that I created. That's pretty much what we went through right now. But I would say the form more, I would say a little bit more detail about it. And when it comes to Tableau, was it really challenging for me in the beginning because I didn't have like any experience working with such a platform that gather all this data and illustrate it like in a way that is make really easy for everyone to understand. So I'd say the biggest challenge for me in the beginning was actually trying to create a correlation between these two fields or even the profit in this case of this project, the profit and the quantity of sales, and trying to find a way to illustrate that in a form that anyone can could understand. And that was the biggest challenge. But I think throughout the semester I could achieve a level of knowledge that right now I can do this. And I can create it. Besides the correlation, I can get deeper down in the sections and the reason why we're having these outcomes and illustrate that in a way that everybody can understand as well. Learning Tableau, of course, I'm a business analytics major, so that's something that is essential for me and for the profession that I'm aspiring, that's data analytics. And I think that was an amazing semester, and I'm really grateful that right now I know how to use this tool. So that comes to an end our presentation. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and I hope you guys have a good one.